Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. So I've got the log splitter in here today. I did build this splitter about 2 years ago. I built it myself, fabricated everything myself right here in the garage. And I did do a video showing a slideshow of the build, and I'll post that in the end screen of this video. Today I'm not really going to get into this splitter, what it does. It's not fully finished, but I'm not really going to get into what it does, the aspects of it. I'll cover that in another video. More importantly, what I got to do today, I've got so much wood outside, I got to get splitting it. And I did bend my push block. So you can see that is bent back. There's a little bit of an underestimation on the design on my end for this push block. So pretty much everything on this thing is 5/8 plate, with the exception of these little gussets I've got going to the corners. These are 3/8 plate, both sides, but it's 5/8 here, 5/8 on the bottom. And what had happened was, because I don't have any bracing coming all the way back from the top to the back of this plate, this bottom plate did bend. So it bent kind of up in the middle and slightly back. You can kind of see the gap there for it. I do have the bolts through, they're 1/2-inch bolts through. This top plate is tapped, so I'm guessing this hole is probably stripped, more than likely. But we'll have to get it apart and see what we got. So I don't really know how I'm going to fix this quite yet, or I should say redesign it. I'm hoping I can kind of cut this top portion off the bottom plate here, cut that loose. We'll see how that turns out, but that would be my goal, so I can try to salvage most of this upper push block and maybe rework this bracketing a little bit, or add some bracing in here somehow to get this properly braced from the top all the way to the back here. I can't simply remake these all the way to the back, because obviously they'd hit my ram here, or the front of my cylinder, so I would lose travel there, so I can't do that. I'm gonna have to come up with something different here. So not 100% sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get it apart and see how bad it really is and what's going on, and then we'll take it from there. All right, I've got the push block off the splitter here and laying on the bench, and you can see what we're dealing with. So for the most part, where those vertical braces tie into this bottom plate, it's pretty well flat. Let's get a pretty nasty bend there on the backside. And it is like I thought, it's a dish. So I had the torch out and I was fooling around. You can see the heat spots that I have there. I was fooling around with a little bit of heat straightening, and with I don't have a rosebud. I've got just a cutting tip on it, and with the heat I was applying, it was kind of spreading out through this plate a little bit too much, and it really wasn't working very well for trying to heat straighten this plate. So I'm not really set up to properly do that. So I think what I'm going to do is just go back to my plan, take the plasma and gouge out these welds and try to knock this plate off, clean all that up with the grinder, and then remake this plate. And I think I'm going to go ahead and remake the spacers and the pieces for the bottom, the underside of the I-beam. I'm not happy with the fitment I had previously on that, so I figure if I'm buying material for this, might as well go ahead and remake that and get everything to how I want it. And then once I get everything tacked back in place, I think what I'm going to do for bracing is take a piece of 5/8 material on edge and run it right into that corner. And then what I might do is come back on a slight angle, so I end up with maybe an inch or 1.5 here, and that'll allow that cylinder to clearance, so right now this thing comes back within about 1/2 inch of that cylinder, which is about 6 3/4 here. So that'll allow me to hopefully leave the rest of this push block intact and salvage what I have with just remaking these bottom pieces. So hopefully that works out. I'm hoping to get the material this week yet, and I would like to try to get this done by the weekend if possible. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.